Hi, I'm Derek, the children's pastor at Lakewood Christian Center, and I'd like to teach you how to do the emergency folder trick. So we're going to start off with the emergency folder. This emergency folder has a secret compartment. Let me show you it. It's just took another folder, just like this one, and cut off the front. Just straight down like that. And I actually cut off a little extra at the bottom so that when this went into the folder, it actually goes lower than the front one so that it does not look like two. If you have two looking something like this, that's going to look suspicious. You might not be able to see it, but if it looks like that, that's not good. You want it to be inside, and then it'll look right. And so now you can have something like the Jesus card in the front pocket, and you'll be able to grasp your fingers over where that is and hold it open and show it empty. And something I learned recently after doing the performance was that it's not the best idea to show a bag empty and say you're showing a bag empty. So one way I thought of fixing that was the Jesus picture that you have, you would already have it inside this folder, inside this pocket. And so you would open the folder and you say, is there anything in there? And they should be able to see the picture. And they'll say yes, and you go, oh, that's my Jesus picture, and you'll pull it out and you can show them the Jesus picture then. Then you'll talk about, okay, this is my emergency folder, only used for emergencies. You'll seal it up, set it to the side. Very important that you let them know that, I gotta have this for an emergency. And you'll set it to the side. Now, the card that's in here is a pre-made card. I made it before the trick. All I did was drew this Jesus picture on here. And it's a duplicate card. You see, I got a card right here. It's the same. And I use these big cards because I had them. You don't have to use big cards. You could use small ones. You don't have to draw the picture on the back. You could actually print out the picture and paste it to the back, tape it to the back, however you want to do it. And I will make the one that I created, I'll make it downloadable. It's not the best Jesus picture, but worked for me. And on to the next part, the card trick part of this. You make sure you have your duplicate card, the one that's the same as the Jesus card, and you're going to put that on the very top of your deck. And this is a really easy force to do. The reason I chose this force for this card trick, I don't normally do this force, was because these cards are big. And it's really difficult to do, difficult moves with these. And all you got to do for this one is you ask them for a number, any number they can pick, and of course 1 to 52, but I usually try and ask them to pick something between 1 and 20 because you don't want to be counting all the way to 52 or to a big number. So 1 to 20 is pretty good. And so let's just say they say 5. You go, okay, 1, 2, 3, and then I usually stop counting right there at the end. But you're going to put down 4 and 5, but you're going to stop and you're going to say, instead you're not going to say 4 and 5, you're just going to go, wait, I did that wrong. And then they don't necessarily know that you counted to the exact number that they did, but by counting to the exact number that they already picked, the forced card, the one you want them to pick, is now at their number. So you can pick that up, put it back on the top of the deck, and have them count it out. And then they'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the forced card is now on the one that they picked. And it looks like they picked the number and that this card was randomly chosen. So it is a great way to force a card. There's other ways to do it. If you're using a normal deck of cards, you can find other ways to do it. Doesn't matter how you do it, you just have to force the card. The next part is losing the card in the deck. I just did it with acting. I just had them put the card in and then pretended like I couldn't find it. Didn't matter if I saw it, I just pretended I couldn't find it. It was the easiest way for me to do it with these cards. You could also do it with magician's wax, double-sided tape. You put it on the front of the force card at some point. when you have them put it back in the deck, or you can do it, you'll just, if it's on the front of the card and it pushes to the back of another card, what'll happen is that'll look like one card, and they're usually not too thick and noticeable. You can even have them look through the cards and they won't be able to find it. So then that card's lost and you don't know what to do. So you say, oh, I got my Jesus picture, and if you had it in the folder, you can say, oh, he was in the emergency folder, maybe he can help me. And you'll go, a very important thing that you can do with this particular trick is act like you don't know what you're doing, that you haven't done this trick very much. It makes the effect a lot better, and it makes the emergency folder all that more important. And so going to the side to do the fire part is a little awkward because it doesn't really make sense. And there's a lot of tricks that use fire to reveal the card, or whatever, but you bring your picture up, you're already going to have a candle lit. I've got a little tea light candle that I put into the dish that I had. And I just brought the picture over and I was talking about it like I wasn't paying attention, and it catches on fire. And then you freak out, drop it, whatever. Be careful, because otherwise ashes will fly up. But anyway, you burn it up. You don't know what to do now. You tell them, oh, I can't do the trick anymore. I'm sorry. I apologize. And hopefully one of the kids will catch on and they'll say, wait, what about the emergency folder? If they don't say anything, just remember it yourself. Oh yeah, I have the emergency folder. And then it starts off from there. And this will of course be in here. You want to make sure when you load the emergency folder that the Jesus picture is on the outside, so that when you go into it and you open it up, you can pull it out and say, oh look, that's where Jesus went. Okay. And you can say he burned himself into the card, or now he's attached to the card, he's right on the back of this card, and you'll go, oh, but it's the card that you picked. And you can talk about how Jesus knew where you were, and he left all these others to find you. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks.